objectivity,
provocative,
innovative,
and value-based.
Impactful,
authentic,
relevant.
It is very thorough.
They are frank.
They are very good people.
CDE moves the debate forward.
CDE's vision for South Africa is a successful constitutional democracy where millions of people have opportunities in a high growth, high employment society. The CDE is a unique resource in South Africa. We're funded mainly by South African businesses, but we're a totally independent organisation that is committed to this country becoming a successful democracy and one that becomes a developed country where millions of South Africans have opportunities they've been denied for so long, can get a job and contribute to a really successful country on the African continent.
The work of the CDE is important in that we have a sense of what the future looks like in a number of fronts.
What I value most about CDE work is that it is professionally done, very, very meticulous in how they deal with issues.
The CDE work is useful because it's pointing to challenges that you can work with collaboratively rather than at cross purposes, and I look forward to that kind of partnership continuing.
Those round tables where you take a lot of people's thoughts, a lot of people's work, you put it together, you repackage it in a way that gives meaning. That's the value of the CDE. Those are some of the things that the CDE has directly and indirectly influenced. The CDE matters for South Africa because South Africa is new. It's a new democracy. We've got new challenges. We've got new problems. We've got problems that we never surfaced that we now are surfacing. So we don't have solutions and we need to talk.
CDE has a track record and we adapt as the country changes, looking for common ground.
They play a critical role to ensure that no one is worse off in line with the Constitution.
We function as a bridge between the world of academia and the world of political reality and policy making. We're also a bridge between the world of business and the tough challenges that political leaders face in a country with our difficult history.
it has this unique position that can be quite courageous and say things that business can't say.
It has seeded a few initiatives where CDE didn't play because CDE is more in advocacy and influencing policy, and in a way brought the NGO sector together. We suddenly started working more closely together, engaging much more with each other, actively sharing learnings with each other, but we all met at the CDE.
We'll try and influence how people perceive what is possible through the use of facts, trends, and dynamics. We've spent a lot of time looking at the international experience. What can South Africa learn from other middle-income developing countries that are democratic, both of what to do and what not to do?
Issues around jobs, around education are critical for this country, but importantly for me is with more and more of us South Africans, as we become more financially independent, able to put money towards them, which means that they become more sustainable than just depending on international donors. Many people like me continue to see CDE as a good example of what many of us should be trying to support or develop to enrich the future of our society.
All of us want to make a contribution to the country in whatever way we can. This is the one that I've chosen. I actually do enjoy it.
One of the key thrusts of CDE since our formation has been to try and talk beyond the circles we know. We work very hard to expand our audiences in many different directions, and we're always delighted when we have meetings or public events where we know very few people, because that means we're reaching beyond those people who agree with us or who fund us to more and more audiences.
It's created a positive industry, because if we work together, we will have a better impact on the system.
Its effectiveness depends largely on how effective government makes it by just listening.
What they reflect to the world is a society that begins to appreciate diversity of thought, because somewhere in between is the real answer to what we need to be putting across. And CDE is critical, and it needs to be sustained because it is one of the few that exist in our country.